Good morning. I thought I would get up earlier. Actually woke up about 3 and couldn't make myself get out of bed. But I'm up and probably gonna leave here about 9:30 or 10. And it's right around 7, a little after 7, maybe 7:15. I'm gonna see what I can do to make a bench in here. All right, I gotta go to mother shop, get my saw, some tools, and I got my 2x4s, I got my plywood, and just gonna be a standard 2-foot bench, so that will leave me, I may make it 26 inches, and that will leave me 22 inches to go up underneath it and make a shelf if I want to do that. So let me get started. I gotta cut it first thing, and then I'm gonna go in and start framing up where I'm gonna lay the plywood bench top. So all right, 26, 22. Now I start framing up the frame, framing the frame. That's what we're doing. All right, here we are in the corner, in the corner, or as Norm on this old house would say, in the corner. The corner. And my wife, you know, my mom's from the Boston area. Haverhill is where my mom is from. And when my wife first met, you know, my wife was born and raised in Louisiana all her life. And when she met my mother had the New England, Boston, Italian accent. And she said the Connor one time. And my wife looked at me like, what's a Connor? I said, I had to translate Boston English to Southern English for my wife. Okay, 30 and a quarter to right here. I'm going to stop right here because there's a stud back here and there's a stud back here, but there's nothing in between. 30 inches of nothing in a mobile home. This is a 83 model mobile home, so, you know, I'm going to take a razor knife and I'm going to cut the trim. And same here. This is 34 and a half tall, and that way when I lay it'll be just under 36 inches. So cut the trim here, and I haven't measured my 8 feet out yet, so I may or may not cut that, but I am going to put a level on this. So let me start making my cuts for the frame. Okay, I want 2 at 92, and that will give me 93 and a half, which would put me about here, and that will leave me with just a little bit of top overhang on that side. 2 at, what did I say? I'm gonna have to measure again. I think I said 92. So my bench top is 26. I want about a 2-inch lip. So I'm going to start here to the inside here. My next 92 will go here on the inside of this line. So that would mean I need 22 and a half. No, I'm wrong. 22 and a half minus another. So that would be 21 inch for the boards that go in between that board and this other 92-inch board here. So I'm gonna cut them. I think I'm gonna use 3 or 4, I haven't decided. So I got my 92 cut. So now I need to cut, what did I say? 24 would be the outside, minus basically 3. I'll be back. I can do some ciphering. Okay, now I'm gonna cut a couple of legs. One there. Slide my top on, screw that down. And this is what you call speed building. All right, let me go cut my legs. Okay, Got my legs on. If you'll see, the wall has a bit of a bow because I'm bowed out here a little bit, but I got about 2 inches of overhang here. So, you know, this is just a quick workbench. I'm not making a, oh, what is it Turtle says? We're not making a space shuttle. Okay, let me get that top on. All right, there is a distinct bow. So I'm going to catch it with a few screws down here in the corner, and then come down here, push it in, catch it down here, and then run my screws. Okay, here we go. All right, got that in screwed. Just a couple screws. Now let's see if I can shove this in. One more. All right, good enough. Oh yeah, that's not bad. All right, let me run my screws down the back. My braces across the front and a few down the front here. And then I'm gonna start putting stuff on it. Alrighty. Now, how long do you think this took me? It is not quite 8:30. I started at 7:30. I built this in an hour. All right, I'm going to start transferring stuff over there. First thing is this drill press, but let me tell you what I'm going to do with this drill press. I have a plan. I do one thing with this drill press, and that's drill holes for kydex. It's really a piece of crap drill press. It's got so much run out that you couldn't do anything precise with it. So I'm going to cut the post. I'm going to cut about 6 inches off. Lower everything. And I'm not certain I'm going to do that. I'm going to get this on the bench and have a look. You know, it was okay when I had it on that other little thing that it was on. It was sort of like a cabinet, but I don't know how tall that was. So let me get it up here and have a look, and I'll decide. And I'm just going to start moving stuff over there. I'm going to lay stuff up there. I'm not certain where I'm going to put stuff yet. I've got a lot coming down here. I've got the grinder. I got to build a board just like this for the grinder to stick out away from my bench so I can get under the wheels. And let me get this. This is going on the end. Let me set that up there right now. What I have on this, I need to build for this. That brings it out a little bit, and I can get underneath the wheels with my kydex. And probably gonna move this down a little bit. Put this a little closer to the edge. I got my kydex press there. I'll move everything down. I'll have room for my kydex oven. And then I have a shelf I'm gonna put under here with that piece that was the other half of the top. And I'll be able to put things under there too. Or, you know, I'm thinking that I may be able to build some drawers that pull out, and I'll put my kydex in there. We'll see. But the biggest job is done. And I'll tell you what, eventually, here, let me turn this around. Eventually, I'm going to build a nice leather working table here, if I'm still alive. Yeah, I need to trim my mustache. Boy, that mustache grows fast. I guess I should say this. You know, when I go in the 13th, the last surgery, what he said was very complicated. It took them 7 or 8 hours of me being under. That's a long time. And it's going to be about the same, because it's just as complicated, you know, with the hernia and all that. So there's a chance that I might not make it out. So what I'm saying is, you know, my wife will be selling all this stuff here, my wood, my tools. And if there's anybody out there, if I die, I mean, it's just something you got to consider, you know. I say I'm a prepper, so that's just another thing, prepping for my death. If, you know, the likelihood of it just like needing a fire extinguisher, is slim to none, but the possibility is there. So if you don't hear from me after the 13th, you know, contact my wife through my email if you're interested in any of my machinery or equipment or the wood or the steel. And I already have a guy lined up, my gun guy that I do business with. If I do not make it through the surgery, then I've told my wife who to contact, and he'll come up here and give her a fair price for my Freedom Seed launchers. All right, I'm gonna sit here just a minute and think about what I'm gonna do next. I still got a mess in here, but I got the biggest part of this done, and I can finish a knife that I have already made. I got to finish that knife and then come in here and make a sheath, and it won't take me long to have this mess cleaned up off of here. And one more thing, if there's any leather workers out there, I have this, you know, I have this. This is what I do my stamping on, very heavy, and it was twice as heavy. So I have the other half of this, and I have this, which if you're a leather worker and you need a granite stamping pad, and you live close enough to me, I'll give it to you. I don't want nothing for it. It was given to me, and you know. Anyway, have a good day, y'all. This will probably be it unless something interesting happens. We're going to take Bev to her doctor appointment, and then Sam's and Bossier, and then pick up my wife's motorcycle. So if I don't see you, have a good Thursday. Okay, I'm back. Charlie got her bike back, and it's like a different bike, brand new bike. It's had to have a new tire put on, had the brakes flushed, refilled, had a 3-hole oil change, clutch adjustment, spokes tightened, whole bunch of stuff. Anyway, she's good for a while. And now I'm having second thoughts about that. That creates an awful lot of dust. And I don't want to mix my leather, because that's where I do my leather sanding, the edges of the leather sheaths. Like this. What I do is run them on that and get them all even and smooth. And then I wet this down and slick it on the other side. That wheel there. And that creates an awful lot of dust, and I don't want to get that dust in my kydex. So I'm thinking about moving that onto that table there. I got plenty of room, and I don't do anything over there. I leave my leather there, but that's it. So I think that's what I'm going to do. Also, I have a bandsaw that I'm going to use. It's just the cheapest little bandsaw that Harbor Freight sells. I'm going to put that up here. Oh, and this is sold, this deplorable, a red, white, and blue handle deplorable. I'm going to put the edge on that. And I don't think I'll have time to go mail this today, but I will mail this in the morning, which will be Thursday morning. All right, let me move a few things around. I'm going to make something for that to stick it out away from the edge a little. And I think I'm probably going to use plywood for that. So let me get to work. I got not quite half a day left. Okay, I got that bolted down. Got my drill press bolted down. When I stand up, it's plenty low enough. So here's, that's just about perfect height. So I'm not gonna do any cutting. Now I have this Harbor Freight bandsaw, and I'm gonna put that up here, but I don't want to put it next to this because I don't want to crowd the drill press. So I think I'm going to put it next to this. And then in between the two, I'll put my kydex press and my kydex oven. And I'm going to put that leftover piece of plywood that I have on as a shelf under here. I may do that today. I don't know. It depends how things go. All right, let me get this out and get it set up. All right. I got a few more things to do. I got to get a hole saw and drill down behind each machine and drop the cords down. And then I got to get a plug that will reach all these cords. I have one here right behind me. No, that's it right there. Right there. And it mounts inside this. So I'm going to screw this to the 2x4 under there and slide that thing under here. And then, let's see. I'm going to mount that there, but I'm going to wait a little bit. I don't know where I want to mount it, you know, this way. So the final thing is my shelf under there. And I'm going to wait. The wood is inside here, so it won't get wet. I'm going to think about this. I sure would like to put some drawers under here to pull out and put my kydex in there. So I'm going to think about this a while and decide what I want to do. All right, just a couple more things and cleaning up, and then I'm going to go put the edge on that deplorable and go home, get it in the box, get it all taped up, and that's going to be my day. So I'll show you this when I get it all cleaned up. I do have another toaster oven. But I'll tell you what I really want is one of those t-shirt presses. I saw one for $100 today on Facebook, and that's what I want because they get up to the right temperature. You know, you can get too hot with this kydex in a toaster oven really, really quick. 290 is the maximum temperature. Otherwise, they start melting and curling. And I'm going to think about it. So I haven't made any decisions, but for the most part, I'm set up here. And tomorrow, I'm going to mail that knife and then come back here and I'm going to make, I got a BC special that I got to shape that handle, then come in here and make a sheath. And then I'll finish working on this. It's going to be raining most of the day tomorrow. So, all right, that's it. This is it. I'll see you tomorrow. Okay, just one more clip. When I build, you know, this is really not, I mean, it's starting to bow because that piece of granite is very heavy. And I am going to build a bench, and it's going to be right here. And I'm going to build some shelves for my stains and dyes. I'm going to have everything within arm's reach. And it's going against that wall. I have a closet here that I can't access. It'd be nice to be able to store stuff in there. So when I do, you know, it's going to be a long ways down the road. I can't afford it now. I've spent all the money I can spend. And anyway, when I do build a new leather working bench, it's going to be up against that wall. Okay, now, have a good Thursday, y'all.